everyone goes through a period of time in their life when they start to doubt themselves and their ability to follow through with whatever they've set out to do. And there's no one who's exempt from that. There's no one who's ever gone through their entire life without once feeling that sensation, that phenomena of doubt. And today I had a little bit. I had to battle that within myself because it's getting to the point of time where things are really starting to matter. Where every session is, I don't really have room to be making mistakes. The meet's 3 weeks away. I'm trying to make sure that I come in the absolute best that I can, and I've never had to cut as much weight as I'm planning on cutting for this. It's going to be, kind of a new experience for me. But at the same time, I'm excited to finally push out of my comfort zone. I've been doing things the same way for so long. And in this little bubble where I had not necessarily become content with myself, but not really pursued the growth to the degree that I needed to really get better. And so that is what I was thinking about today. I had these little voices in my head going back and forth saying, hey, that last workout was pretty intense. You're still kind of sore from it. Maybe you should lighten the weights a little bit and just, give yourself a bit of a break coming in. This is, historically when you've run this training cycle, this is probably the hardest workout that you have to do just because of the amount of squatting volume. But then I had the other voice in my head that said, I don't think so. Because if you start taking shortcuts, if you start taking the easy way out right now, when you have a plan that you trust in, you're just going to sabotage yourself. And so it really took some mental adjusting, but I got through. I didn't adjust the weights down. I actually increased them from where I started on, because the 520 triples that I had been doing on Tuesday were way too easy once I added wraps, because that was all based off of my non-wrapped max, and I do get a significant amount of pop from the wraps, and so I increased my training max on my squats another 20 pounds. So where I would have been using 455 for those 3 doubles and that last triple on squats, I actually was using 475 today, and they felt all right. I mean, it took me a while to get the wrapping down packed. I'm still getting used to wrapping and the sensations, and I had the first 2 sets I made a couple of little mistakes just with that in and of itself, and so I had to adjust the last 2 sets, but the final set felt easy enough that I went for an extra rep and hit that triple on 475. Benching is feeling fine. Hitting 6 doubles at 335 didn't even seem like much of a challenge compared to the 21 sets of bench that I did on Thursday. And the weights were moving all right. And then I came back to the squat, and this is the one where I would have been doing the same weight that I did the first workout of the week, which was 520, and I would have done that for 5 triples. But since I adjusted the weights, now I'm using I'm going to use 555 for those triples, and so essentially I'm doing triples at the weight that I would have been doing the doubles at, and I'm doing the doubles at the weight that is significantly higher. And for some context, because I love context in these instances, the last time I've run this training cycle, granted I weigh more now, I'm definitely stronger now, and I'm using wraps, but the last time I did this, my doubles were about 505 and my triples were about 465. And when I got to the second round of squats, I barely made it through, and the reps were looking pretty awful. So that is just a testament to the amount of growth that I've gone through in this last, let me see, I believe the last time I did this particular workout from a training cycle was around December. So the amount of growth that I've gone through in that period has been significant, and a lot of it has been growth in mentality, and has been my ability to grind through. I'm definitely a harder worker than I was even that short of a time ago, and it's just because I've finally kind of made the decision that this is really something I want to put everything into. And while I did work hard before, I basically removed my ability to be complacent and came up with a couple of new mental settings for doing this, and it has been benefiting me, and I'm going into this meet, and while I am still nervous about a couple of factors, I trust that the work I've put in and the work I will continue to put in is going to get me where I need to be, and that is, somewhere close to a 700-pound squat. That is what I want. And that kept coming up into my mind every time I got under this bar and was thinking, man, I'm getting a little tired. No individual set of these workouts is going to be ridiculously hard, but putting them all together, this is 9 work sets. I mean, this is essentially like the final workout of the Smolov base mesocycle plus some extra weight, and only now I'm using wraps, and it's just in the middle of a training cycle, not at the very end of one. And so I'd get under the bar and told myself, you know what, you can do this. To get to where you want to be, you have to do this. You don't have the option to stop early, because I mean, I would hate to get to that platform. If I show up and I don't hit the goals that I've set for myself, but I can look back and say I put everything I had into it going in, I can walk away happy. But if I take even a little bit of the pressure off, if I relax even a little bit, and then I get there and things don't go the way I want them to, then that's just going to be on me, and that's the nature of this sport, and I don't feel like I can deal with that right now, so I have no choice but to keep pressing forward and working as hard as I possibly can all the way up to the meet. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video or got something from it, please leave a like rating or share it with your friends. If you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you along for the journey. Go ahead and hit that button. Have another training session tomorrow. I'm going to be doing my pause deads and some more benching. It's a relatively lower volume session to kind of balance out how everything else has been this week, but should be some good stuff. And in the next few days, I'll probably try to do another Q&A video with my potato of a camera, and try to get some commonly asked questions answered for you guys. So thank you again for watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.